and the game gets way simpler for them. But taking 2 tier 1s before 10-12 minutes while maintaining control of their own is huge for them in this game.
And we said that they might want to slow things down with the Nature's Prophet. That's no longer the case, right? They can still set high tempo.
Yeah, they're going to be able to push OG around the map, opening up the map for Spectre to farm, and that's the key thing. If Spectre can get to a couple items, this will be a very close game.
I think it's a Manta Diffusal game, and all of a sudden Thompson gets hopped on. It's like,
I heard close game. I'm excited. Looking forward to this game too. Let's see if we'll get a game 3 out of it as well. We're going to find out together with Odie picks one, Fog.
Thank you very much, Steve. We are indeed. I mean, what do you reckon, Fog? We saw in game 1. Didn't actually end up as maybe close as we expected. Nigma looking to be that little bit ahead of OG in the opening of this series. Here in game 2, what do you reckon? Do you think the panel's right? Are we going to see a closer game, or could one team start to get the lead pretty early?
I think it's just a completely different style that's coming out here. We do see still a lot of team fight aggression that's more dominant on the side of Team Nigma, but OG does have very strong group around with this Underlord. And the way they do play with the Jug is also very early aggression, right? We've seen from Ana a couple times now when he goes for like the early Yasha. He just looks to join his team early on, so could be successful if they're able to actually set up for these pushes, but yeah, Spectre and Nature's Prophet, 2 heroes that we don't see too often anymore. This global presence around the map to be able to join this constant aggression that we do expect to see from Miracle again. And he's got good targets.
Absolutely.
He's got some pretty nice ones, but also some tough ones that are just too tanky or he can't burst down. Jug, Underlord, Clockwork could be problematic for Miracle this time.
Sure. I feel like, again, that they're going to have to do quite a lot to try and keep Thompson safe, right?
Yep.
There's a lot of heroes that are going to be getting in the face of the Drow Ranger.
Absolutely. That's why they do go for that pick with the Spectre, and I'm glad to see this Nature's Prophet. I know Kyle was begging for it. He's been asking for it like every game that he sees my control playing. He's like, please pick Nature's Prophet.
So why have we not been seeing much of it? Were the nerfs really that significant?
I'm not sure. This was a
Yeah, I mean, they definitely hurt, but we just don't see it in this region, really. Like, we see it in other regions quite a lot, but it has been nerfed on the Treants quite a bit here. And it is playing versus an Enchantress, so Enchant, you can take over one of the Treants, you can be a little bit annoying inside of that lane phase. Kuro and Saksa duking it out, and yeah, eyes on Saksa.
I mean, it really is. As you were saying last game, we saw previous series, Saksa absolutely pop off on the clock. Previous game, though, of course, we saw GH give quite the showing. So we'll see. You know, Saksa definitely after that game, when you could tell he was probably looking at GH and going, I can do that too, and I'm going to show you.
Doesn't feel as easy for him versus the heroes that he's up against. Like sticking on a Spectre. Spectre can play around it, being able to dagger out. Tiny, quite tanky. Phoenix has a way to play if you time the dive between these battery assaults. Willow, you can go Shadow Realm. He's dead.
Easy first blood there for Mind Control. Just right-clicks No-Tail out the lane. He'll die for it, but hey, it's first blood.
Okay. And that's why we see that Mind Control Nature's Prophet.
Stands there, right-clicks him. Easy kill.
Yep. Missing a lot of last hits down here right now, though. Does get the one with the Treants, but we will see lane cutting coming out from Saksa.
Sure.
So we'll get himself off to a good start himself. I like that voice. Yeah, let's see how this mid matchup ends up going. If he's able to get, if he's gonna actually be able to slow down Miracle at all. Feels like Miracle should just be able to farm quite well, but Thompson, we've seen what he does on this draw. He goes what, 1-1-1, and then stats for the first like 7 levels or so. Until he hits level 7, then he gets I think 2 points or 3 points, and then he starts normally leveling his skills up. But tries to get that stat advantage at least in mid lane quite early on, from what I've seen. And as immediately, yeah, he takes stats. So 1-0-1, stats put into the point onto this Drow Ranger. As yeah, Miracle. Constant aggression coming out onto him, so rune control will be important so that he can keep the sustain up, but should be able to with all these water runes. Thompson gonna definitely look to contest them.
Radiant's
Top
middle
line.
tower is under attack.
A bit of damage onto iLTW here with the fire
yeah.
spell.
Playing around his creeps though, iLTW nicely. Does allow Kuroki to get a pull, but Kuroki actually misses quite a bit of them. He only gets the 1 melee creep, not the melee plus the range that you usually dream to get as these half pulls. But it's a Spectre lane, so it's always going to start a bit slow, especially into Underlord. You just see this base damage advantage, 80 plus on the Underlord, 56 on Spectre, so iLTW will have a much slower start this game. And they can't actually get very aggressive up here, so OG should, I mean, it does look like they should come out quite effectively in at least 2 or 3, like 2 of the lanes. Mid, kind of a trade-off. Yeah, but Jug is a pretty decent hero to be able to deal with the harassment that comes out from both Nature's Prophet as well as Willow.
GH.
I'm I'm not sure.
Go for No-Tail there, but No-Tail
Radiant structures
is actually
are
going to
Oh,
turn.
gets the realm off.
Well, he will, and in fact, with the
Might be able to turn for him.
brown balls, is he going to be able to do this, GH?
Bit low on mana. Four short.
Fairy fire.
Slow. Puts a sentry for vision.
But they've got him. GH gets the kill.
The Banshee. Look at the ghost. It's chasing him out. I think he's going to time out before he dies. 2, 1. He will live with the rocket. Look at GH. He even smiles.
There, GH.
He laughs himself.
Saxter gets the global snipe there
What
with
a
level
play.
1 rocket flare.
Oh, that was so nice. Doesn't feel the cogs because he's versus that Spectre lane, so it's a bit tough to actually land him. Goes for the rocket. Super nice there. Gee, I love how you see the camera and GH is just like, all right, respect
I mean,
to that.
that's, yeah, you know, you got to accept that.
Dire are scanning.
Looking like 3 successful lanes. The Drow is coming ahead. He's getting his runes checked for him too. Miracle will get his bottle filled up from GH. Try to enable him a little bit better. Maybe getting aggressive too. They do have the boots and the bottle. So Saksa is going to have to zone them away a little bit from this Thompson Drow to protect him. And they won't be able to get Sox either. Super tanky Clockworks, 860 HP at that level 3. And we do see, 1-1-1 on Thompson plus stats. Going straight for the treads.
Yeah, but keep that slight edge on Miracle in this matchup. Very close though still.
He's actually got the same base damage. It's pretty cool. As another stun coming out. They don't have the combo just yet. But they will run onto him. 2 seconds, the Gust push back. Catches Saksa.
They're bringing mind control in as well. They'll be able to get down the Sprout, block off Thompson's route of escape.
They get the courier as well, and Saksa. Battery Assault not as effective when there's so many creeps around. He's Treants as well. We'll drag the wave.
Another Sprout mind control, buying time for Miracle to close in.
Couple more hits. They got an avalanche or a toss. They don't even need it.
They got the Bramble. They've got the kill. Nigma bringing the action in mid here as mind control's ready to get active across the map.
Does mean that bottom OG have to play very aggressive. Kuroki's trying to sap this XP down here. It's a triple range creep that is coming down. Kuro still has the dive. Ana will try to push away, but takes 2 tower
I was
hits.
gonna say, taking some tier 2 tower hits here.
And he gets the healing ward with the dive. Nice play from Kuroki.
Structures are fortified.
Looks like one get the tower for now. You see Nigma. They're bringing additional numbers down because they know that OG's wanting to stick around to get this tier 1.
I'm not sure.
GH and mind control are going to look to fight them for it.
They're gonna get it. Do they get the deny? They will. And now Ana,
I mean, he can't get out.
he's in a weird spot. He is very dead. Picks up his phase boots before he does die. But yeah, Kuro.
I mean, we're seeing signs already, sort of similar to the last game where Nigma's just turning out to be a bit more of a more killers than OG's able to in the early game.
Especially with this more passive style lineup too, with like a Spectre, with your Nature's Prophet still looking to get very involved early on. And now it does give some space for iLTW. He's now in a 1v1 matchup versus the Underlord, so both of them will be able to maximize, bring a health picked up on this Spectre, so he's able to sustain fine versus Seb. But Seb will come out a little bit ahead because he can pull some neutrals into with these creeps.
Dire's top tower is under
And let's see how
attack.
active Miracle does get, because as we know, he's level 6, he's got his phase boots, he's looking to hunt. How close are we to mind control level 6 too? So the Wrath of Nature almost online too, so that burst potential bit higher. Might catch OG off guard here when Miracle does find a target.
Oh, that's true actually, yeah, that sort of extra bit to add on top of it all will do it.
And look at this wraparound. He's actually the one carrying the wards, because he's the one who's making the moves around. They have Phoenix, who doesn't want to actually go to place ward, so they're giving it to Tiny, who's going to be constantly moving around looking for these plays. So I like that they do these kind of plays. I love giving your cores wards. Rambles again.
They're in onto Saxter. He's trying to run. He's got the stick charges, but the hit comes through from the Shadow Realm.
And they want to
able to take him down.
And they actually get onto No-Tail as well. Gonna be close.
I mean, Anna's trying to come across to help out. She used the Blade Fury here to make sure they don't set up onto him off the back of the Cursed Crown.
So now Seb will try to push top tower while all this
No-Tail came
pressure
back
is
in.
happening. He did.
He steps back in. Courage just in with a dive and a few spirits, and they get the kill on No-Tail.
Look at this aggression. Team Nigma. Now Miracle maybe steps up too far himself. Saksa, can he get close enough? He can't. Phase boots. From Miracle the Wrath to push them away. Thompson's quite low here. Miracle's definitely thinking about going in with GH here. Got the Gust.
Saxter's well at the side, trying to offer up some sort of help. Anna heading in with a healing ward. They've got the combo on with the Sun Ray. It's enough to take down Thompson.
And Miracle's too fast. The phase boots plus the faded roach.
Anna can't chase
away.
Him. Miracle's out with a TP ready to reset back at the base. GH will get left behind underneath the tower. He himself might be able to make out as well. Yes, Shadow Realm's popped. They won't lose either of them here.
And they even take the haste rune away. The speed that Nigma is playing with, 8 kills in 8 minutes already. And they take the bottom tower too with the rotation from iLTW.
Oh, they're playing it even faster than they were in game 1 here.
Yep. Getting the Spectre involved nice and early too. Seb, as we said, he's having this free game, so let's see what he makes of it. He's going to go for Hood so he can only survive the brunt of the pressure, but that does mean that it's all up to Saksa to be that initiator again, just like last time. We saw him die so many times on this Earth Spirit last time because he's the sole initiator on his team. So similar approach this time around from OG. Nigma setting up for the defense too, level 5 on the Willow.
Yeah, hard for OG to push in here now.
Yep.
Still not quite having the 6 on the Jug.
No, and there's a Wrath of Nature available again too, so Miracle, he's got that extra burst every time he looks for somebody, and he's so speedy. And he even picks up a casual Windlace with the brooch. When he's phasing, he's 461.
He's stepping up and just get the cogs off in time, so Miracle won't find the opening for the combo.
That's a good one, actually. I like that one quite a bit. It's Miracle.
Saxa's hunting mind control. He has found him here. Mind control. He's getting held back here by Saxa, but
Only level 4 on Saksa, though. The damage is not
anywhere
quite
near
there.
enough damage to take down mind control.
No. And he also has phase boots, all these little bits of movement speed. Definitely working out for Team Nigma. Stop the small aggression. Seb comes up to try to defend this tower here. That does mean Spectre, full free farm bottom. iLTW getting little to no pressure now in this game.
Oh, here we go. Nigma. Ready to run it. Nota.
Oh, see you later.
Well, he's dead, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
He is.
Oh, and a creep as well.
Extremely
Look at
dead.
that. These deep early wards that were placed. Now Thompson, the hunt.
He wanted a rune, but he's ended up getting 4 heroes. He's going to go after the TPO. Is he away? He's not.
No.
They've got him. Curse Crown will put him to a stop as Miracle gets the double.
He's running away with it again, this time on the Tiny.
He's having a fantastic series already, off to another brilliant start. 4-0-1 on the Tiny.
They're looking to fight up top. The DD on the Tiny too. Saksa only level 4 still on the Clockwork. They will purge off that DD from Miracle.
Miracle still trying to get the grab here with the toss on him. No, he's got the kill.
And they've got the heal.
Sunray coming in from the side. Then we got to start doing the damage here to Saxter and Seb. Miracle is a little low on the mana. Anna leading him with the Blade Fury, but Miracle, as you say, with the movement speed, he can get away from the Jug. He's looking to close it on to Saxer. Saxer will drop down the cogs. The Avalanche grabs him. Saxer in the
got egg.
They're popping the egg. OG, they can't commit for the egg. They'll have to turn, look for kill opportunities with the Omni Slash, but at this stage, just nowhere near enough damage. The Supernova Stun catches Anna as he comes out of the Omni Slash. As it's just more glory here for Nigma. 13 for 2, 4K lead. They're just not slowing down.
It's a stomping. The Omni Slash comes out, but it's perfectly timed with Kuroki getting that egg to connect on him as soon as he lands out of it. Gets stunned instantly. And yeah, they're just so underleveled at this point. Like, just bring him up. Level 5 on the Enchantress, 6 on the Clockwork. Anna is level 6 at this point on the Jug.
He's struggling. They just can't get him the space.
Look at the Willow, 7. Nature's Prophet, 7. Phoenix, 7. Just excellent moves from Team Nigma to set them up for the success. Such deep early aggression and deep early wards that have not been countered. The triangle, it's been warded for a full 7 minutes now. Not taken out. Those early wards that we did see Miracle place has been phenomenal for him, and he's got the Blink Dagger done in a second after this bounty run. So it's just gonna keep picking up in pace. And iLTW is just free farming. No pressure on Spectre whatsoever this game now.
Oh, that's terrifying.
But now they are setting up for him bottom, and he's very low on mana. He's very deep as well, and they should be able to get him this time. We'll get themselves back a little bit here.
That's what OG can do with this. Spectre gone. I mean, it's just Anna's not
so
quite
far
ready
behind.
to fight. He still just needs a lot of time, a lot of space.
Yeah.
He is not going to want to get involved for quite some time here, at least until he has his first item done. Even then, you know, the Jug, it's really, you know, pre-Maelstrom, SMY, you're not going to have a good time turning up to the fights, especially when the enemy team is sort of an item ahead.
He also could just die. They do spot Miracle with the ward, but he does have to be careful. Even though he's got like 960 HP, which will survive him from the combo. They have the Wrath of Nature as mid. Heals coming out. The Shadow Realm versus the Clockwork.
Yeah, they're fine. They could look to turn. The silence just come in from the side as Thompson will be able to bring down GH.
Thompson's still getting a little bit here. As top, they know where Anna is. He's got to spin TP out.
For the most part, that is going to pretty much save him each and every time this game.
Dire's
As
middle
long as he can
tower
get it
is
off
under
before he
attack.
gets jumped by the combo opening of Miracle's Tiny.
And he did TP to the mid tier too, so he can join his team to potentially go for this tower push. But all of Team Nigma, they are set up in the area, and Miracle is just waiting at the wings for someone to step up too far for a toss back. So they will have to back away. Grouped up though again, still smoking, looking to play around this ward. Might be able to catch my control here. Sox has got hookshot in 10. Might not even have to use it if he can just wrap around from behind.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, they're just running right onto him. My control. Goes for the TP, but he'll get caught here. Tuxa pushes him away, right into Ana. Oh, the damage? It's close, they do get him.
Yeah, take the Omni Slash for this. Now maybe Nigma could come in for some sort of cleanup.
Miracle? The percent damage.
Oh, it's actually OG. They're going to continue to clean up, and with the TPs up to top, they're looking at more. Kuro's able to dive away. Seeing OG able to kick back pretty hard. You know, they get iLTW down bottom and then back up on the top. They're taking down Mind Control. They're taking down Miracle.
Yeah, they can't underestimate the amount of damage that this Drow still can do. Thompson still not having a bad start at all. His Dragon Lance, he's got the Blade of Alacrity, and they always will have Firestorm. Percent-based damage versus that Tiny will always be extremely effective. Miracle does have to watch himself as he gives up a big kill streak. Saxa.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Getting
under
surrounded, and the Brambles.
Yeah, with the Brambles, you can't escape this. Sprout, you know, that sort of combo with the Brambles down, you can cut yourself out of Sprout, but there'll be a Bramble waiting for you.
And just definitely seeing the points as to why they did go for this Nature's Prophet. You know, these just even the Treants are very problematic for a Clockwork to play around, as a ward does go up. They're looking for Thompson. He's tanky now, though. 1,600 HP.
Radiant's top tower.
The 5
is
stats
under
plus the 2
attack
points that he has
as
put from earlier.
Radiant structures.
Tough to
are
bring him
fortified.
down. As I know in the back, the T is going to be very happy from the item that My Control queued up on Nature's Prophet. He's been raving about this one. The Aghanim's Nature's Prophet, if he does go for him. That global route, quite effective.
That's a long duration as well if you can get the bounces right, and you know Mind Control will. He knows how to hit hard with the Wrath.
And it lowers the cooldown is the important thing too, by 25 seconds. It goes down to 60.
Honestly, that's a big difference.
Very frequent inside of these fights, as we've seen. Team Nigma wants to play fast.
Yeah.
Toxa. A little bit tankier with the cloak, but is it tanky enough?
Let's get the stick charges up.
He is tanky enough.
It is. The fear comes out. He'll get pushed back. He has got a hook shot if he wants to try and get back in and snipe Miracle. He's going to try, but just misses. Very, very close, but not able to get the connection, as Nigma will manage to back off. They won't lose anyone here.
Cloak does keep him alive, though, at least on the Clockwork. Ana.
We're going to be able to commit him for this as Miracle quickly out with the jump.
It's so much space, though. Where's iLTW been, right? He's just chilling. He's having an absolute free time. Sure, he gets picked off the once from playing just a bit too aggressive, but the way that Team Nigma's playing, just this constant aggression, it's forcing so many moves from OG to react to it, so they can't actually put attention onto this Spectre.
No, this free fire Spectre's definitely going to be a problem down the line here for OG.
Sab still knows that he is just too tough for them to deal with, just still too tanky, even though they do try to jump onto him.
Nana, how's he doing here? Still playing the catch-up game.
Yep. It's going to be quite some time before he does feel like he's back in it. And there's it is a Jug versus a Nature's Prophet too, and so in these fights he's got to watch out for a lot of Omni Slashes. If these Treants are around, they'll soak quite a bit of it if he can't. And there's just not a lot of easy Omni Slash targets for him. He does it on a Phoenix, there's an egg that can come out. He does it on Spectre, it's not the most effective. Willow, you pick Shadow Realm. Tiny, quite tanky. So it is going to be a hard game for Ana for sure.
Dire
5k
are
gold
scanning.
advantage with the late game advantage too, with a Spectre and a Phoenix in the draft. You can just feel that Nigma is in an incredibly comfortable position this game.
And those sort of kills on the cores that OG were just able to find, just not nearly quite enough to close up that advantage.
Look at this top. They're all here on Team
Miracle just straight
Nigma.
in with the jump. Onto Notail, they're burning him down to the summer. He's gone set. He's going to look to try and rift out. They got the damage to take him out in time. Oh, he's away.
Very close.
It is.
I wonder if Kuroki queues up the Spirit Vessel now. He's got a lot of gold on this Phoenix right now. He already has the urn, so Could be a pretty nice pickup if he does go for it.
Well, Thompson.
Dire's
Is he gonna actually
middle
get brought down here? The hook shot? Oh, the stun actually potentially saving him there,
I
Stockstun.
think he might have, yeah. If they were able to get a few more right clicks in, they would have managed to take Thompson down, but Sachs are getting in, disrupting them. Getting the right clicks on.
Ana, invis up, potentially trying to look for something here, but...
Oh, can he go for a solo on his slash?
No,
It's
no,
level
no.
2.
It's 16 armor on this
Yeah,
Tiny.
that's true.
Way
That's
too
true.
tanky.
Even with that magical burst, it's not going to be enough.
Nope. OG will find themselves a nice Philosopher's Stone. They don't have that superhero that does carry it, though, like the Phoenix that we do see a lot of the times. It's, of course, an excellent pickup for them, but... As Kuroki, okay, he's actually going to go Holy Lock it. So the Sunray heals, they're going to be impactful. Been seeing a lot more of these pickups on these, and just like everybody, actually. Holy Lock it overall is just becoming a lot more popular.
No, I like it this game when you have that beefy core, right? That
Yeah, you've got
you are
Spectre.
just looking to just buff up completely. I mean, if Kuro is able to find an angle to sit back and just fully sunray out RTW, good luck trying to kill the Spectre.
Even just the wand charges that you can pump into him, too. Spectre is a hero that does use quite a lot of mana with your constant dagger spam as GH.
What?
It's the Yules.
He's able to get the Shadow Realm up, but he's pushed back into the root. He'll manage to root them himself. I got the arrows flying through from Thompson. GH is looking to get the fear off. He gets
he actually
knocked,
gonna
so he's
live?
gonna live.
Oh my goodness.
GH is away.
We can't even kill the Willow.
It's gotta hurt. They need these kills, OG. They're just slipping further and further behind against this Spectre lineup.
And mind control, he's got Ags. So we've got that global route coming into play too that can be quite problematic.
Ags on the Prophet, Echo Saber done on Miracle, so his combo now gonna have that additional punch to it.
And iLTW, Blade Mail plus Manta already finished up, queuing up that Diffusal immediately afterwards. This game feels super hard for OG to win any team fights. They can get small pickoffs perhaps with the Drow, but fighting overall just feels quite impossible.
No tail.
He's just burning.
I mean, he tries to go for a poke onto Kuroki. He's just dead. He can't mess around with the Phoenix.
Oh, and they find Ana as well. And it's an ancient stack on top.
Oh no, that ain't great here for OG.
And they have Manta, so they can go into Roche. There's no Jug for 35.
Looks like Thompson will still be able to clean up the bigger of the Ancients, but
But they're going to get a Roche for it, so...
they are with 2 members down on OG, and even when OG has the full team up right now, they are still struggling to fight Nigma as a team.
This is one of the... Nigma's just playing the most aggressive I feel like I've seen all season.
They're going to try and start things onto Miracle. And Miracle's going to have backup. He can just stand his ground and drop the combo onto Seth. The Supernova coming out. Seth's got to back away. He's going to pop the ult. He's trapped in the Sprout, and they've got the damage they do. Seb's not getting out of this. Seb and Saxon will fall. Miracle is ready to look for more. Jumps on Thompson able to push the back with the full line. Goes turns towards the Tiny. They'll bring down Miracle, but Thompson's going to die for this as RTW stays on top of him. No-Tail trying to bring down GH, but GH back into the Shadow Realm. He's away. RTW will dagger into the trees to keep himself safe.
Mind control.
RTW's ready to go back in. He's looking for No-Tail, but the healing ward's out. So a lot of sustain and heal here for No-Tail. RTW alone will not have the damage to get this kill.
They do get the one. They prevent the roast from being finished.
Cost them a buyback.
It does cost them a buyback, and they do lose the cores anyway, so costly. As Roche, they're going to be able to go back into the Roche
if they can get it themselves here.
Okay,
Then
could be big.
the buyback is going to feel pretty good if they can secure this, but GH waiting at the side. He has got the fear.
He does.
So he's ready to mess with them.
They're gonna have to spin, but that means that they don't have the damage
That's
to
an
bring
early
it down.
spin.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got to be careful now.
Yep. Miracle back up. Wrath of Nature back online too with that Aghanims cooldown.
Everybody to the pit here right now.
Yep. And Kuroki, he's got the 20 Holy Locket charges, so he can pump up, and then he's got that increased heal, of course. Egg is on cooldown. Still very difficult for OG to walk right in.
Players here.
Anna really wants to get this Roche done.
They're scouting nicely with the rockets, at least onto the high ground. LTW. Shows face for a second. Starting to work on it.
They're trying to take it here, OG. Healing one down, Miracle then straight away the jump off to Anna. Anna's able to get the flamethrower off the time. Sunray's coming in though, out to the side of the healing ward. Anna has to run. He's very low right now. iLTW is standing in the Roche, but he's trying to finish Roche. Can he do some time? Dive will get killed, but Thompson's able to snatch the Aegis as Thompson picks it up, takes down iLTW, and over to the side, Mind Control is getting run down, blocked off by Seb. as OG, they won't get the kill on Rush, but they get what matters. Thompson grabs the Aegis, and they'll take the team fight around the pit.
It feels like if they don't get that Aegis, the game is probably just over very soon.
If Spectre has a second life there.
Yeah. So it's very fortunate that they do get for themselves, and they get some big kills on all 3 cores being brought down here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Do lose Ana again, though. He is continuing to just struggle and struggle in this game.
I think, as you said a lot on this, at the moment, really, you're looking to Thompson to be the carry here as the drought.
Yep.
See what he can do here for the team.
They're respawning. They have Egg. It's level 2 as well.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Zeb. Starting to burn.
The combo.
It's tanky, though. Miracle.
They're going to try to go Miracle.
iLTW's in on Thompson.
Straight away, forcing back the drought set. He's going to look to try and take them out of here with the rift. He's up in the air. He's not going to be able to take Saxon back, but he will manage to take home Thompson.
Ooh, GH tried for a big play there, using the Underlord and then trying to fear Thompson to pull him away from it. Almost gets it successfully, but yeah, that was actually so big brain when I saw it. I was like, wow, that's actually pretty cool, but doesn't actually connect with it. And now OG, they didn't go back that far. They are looking to still continue trying to fight. Since Egg is down and Haunt is down,
and they still have this Aegis. Now, Thompson's going to feel very strong right now with that second life. They have Omnislash ready to go, OG.
Dire are scanning.
Still playing from behind here, down 10 to 24, 6k lead for Nigma. But they're making sure that Nigma doesn't grow any further.
yep, they keep getting on top of Miracle. This time, though, Hastrun, and he does have Kuroki behind him. Kuro also picking up the Shard. Didn't get to point that out quickly as we did hit 20 minutes. The Sunray during that Egg. Very potent. GH.
Sax is looking for this.
Taunting him.
What?
Whoop.
He's got him. He's in.
Realm TP. Doesn't go for it. And he'll get brought down.
Thompson will be happy with that. Able to walk over, claim the kill for himself.
And now they will at least have some better forms of catch and better forms of initiation. Also on OG as Seb, he's got his Atos. Very good item, especially versus that Tiny. Gonna be quite effective.
Obviously, Thompson has, they did the full Hurricane Pike, so he himself,
Radiant's middle tower
a lot
is
more
under
ways
attack.
to slide around the team fights.
They've slowed down the game quite nicely here.
They have.
Spectre.
4k lead now for Nigma. It is beginning to dwindle.
Still scary.
Dire's bottom tower
As the Spectre is massive, and once he does get the Fusel, it's easier for him to stick on these targets, in particular the Drow, because he can cast that slow when he is gusted anyway, so he can just stick on top of Drow inside of these fights as Nigma's looking to fight.
Let's see what GH can do here.
They've got the Egg.
Set up, Thompson quickly pops the Manta over to the side. Microshot TP'd in, but he gets caught out by the hook shot. The Thompson puts back the 2 of them. They're trying to get GH out of there, but GH is going to go down. The Supernova's popped. They're trying to focus. It can only
gonna die?
take down the Egg in time. I don't think they can. They can't. The Supernova successful. Kuro managing to stun the 3 of them. Seb's looking to bail them out. Rift out, ready to take Thompson and Oaktail home. He's able to do so. So Seb will limit the casualties here for OG. Ends up being a 1-for-1.
That was close. Oh no. Omnislash now down. Ana continuing to struggle, as we said, not an easy game for the Jug.
A lot of little things like that that's going to break his opportunity of getting on someone.
And iLTW, he's got the Diffusal finished up, with Haunt available too. So might even just TP back to base soon to be able to be at the ready to fight if they do find something. As yeah, he TP's back, picks it up, and let's... Ooh.
They really wanted to catch Miracle there.
They had the sentries ready too, because he does have that invis in the bottle.
Got a minute left on this Aegis, Thompson. So.
Level 18 too, so he's got level 3 marksmanship up.
Oh, mic drop. Saxon.
He's got a BKB. Should be just fine versus us down here.
Oh, yeah, Saxon doesn't want to waste time messing with this.
No. They're going to push out the top wave. While OG tries to pick this fight while they still have Aegis for 30 seconds. Egg also going to be back up soon. They also find themselves a ceremonial robe on the side of Team Nigma. So Miracle will carry that one for now. Also, just, I mean, that item overall, like when you have the overall like dominant team fight and you get a robe, it just feels so good because you just have even more dominant fight. They are under some ward vision here. Sox trying to make a grab.
He's going to try and lead it onto Miracle. He's got him caught in the cogs there. But the back of the turret, is coming out from the side. The Sunray keeping Miracle alive. Is it enough though? The field will try and push them back, but not before Miracle goes down.
Healing ward full duration as well too, so they're all full HP, even though they tank that Sunray. Nice grab from Soxa. No Force Staffs being picked up. Important to point out on the side of Team Nigma. Not just yet. Yules on the Dark Willow. Just more greedy items coming out from the two supports. So these hook shots will be effective on this Tiny in most situations.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
3k gold lead now. Only.
They're holding on to this, OG. They really are. Thompson incredibly far, only just behind that of Mind Control. Seb, in the AC next, looking to move into the Ags after.
Okay. Standy. Oh, DD bottom.
Thompson
finds himself an Orb of Destruction as well, too.
Oh, it's a lot of damage.
Look at that, 504 per hit.
Mind Control.
This is hiding for now.
Yeah, they're not going to search any further down here. Whoever Thompson finds, no tell will find.
Oop, they see each other for a second.
Yep. Thompson's still looking for it. Oh, Tolly found Miracle, but Miracle found him.
Thompson.
Is it on the Thompson? They've got the healer ball coming out. The Supernova's in place. Thompson, they try and focus it. They'll be able to take it down, but Thompson, he's dead. Out for 70. Seb will manage to take the rest of them back, but Thompson goes down. Of course, the ages have come to an end. And so, along with that, will Thompson's life.
Such quick plays coming out, too. They instantly try to rift him out of there, but not quite able to. They bring down the egg, though. Very quick focus fire every single time here. The Jug, the Drow, very effective to be able to do that. But Nigma, they do get that initiation to be able to get Thompson. Ana. Be a little careful. The spin popped already.
His TP's on cooldown. He has got a lot of backup. OG's here with the fourth. I mean, he has Omni Slash at the ready if Ana wants to get back in. So over to the side, Saxter. Focused by the combo, Miracle Saxter. Still alive somehow here, but finally Mind Control's able to take him down. With the damage here, Miracle is focusing No-Tail. No-Tail also trapped in the trees. As OG, they try and poke back. It won't work out. Nigma more than happy to take a fight on these turns.
I think OG really has to just wait for Thompson in most of these situations. He's so important just for the damage and even just the marksmanship aura.
Miracle's in. Darling is on the set. They're just doing so much more. Thompson's in. A double buyback comes out from OG and an attempt to catch Nigma here on the retreat.
To bail them away.
Saxon does have the hook shot if he's able to close in on this.
They get an angle, though. It doesn't quite look like it just yet.
Two buybacks there, forced out. And nothing to be lost because of it on Nigma. They get everybody out in time.
And these buybacks, it's usually very crucial to save them for these big Roshan engagements. That does mean OG's not going to have them. If these two heroes go in first and they die, they won't be able to come back into the fight. It's very important because that's where the next fight's very likely to kick off, as the ultis on Team Nigma will be coming back up shortly. 30 on Spectre, 15 on the Nature's Prophet. So definitely going to see some warding in the area from both sides very soon. Oh, I wonder if the Spectre does go for this build. iLTW's got a pretty funky one. It's got the Arcane Blink queued up after Basher. I wonder if he does go for it.
I like it.
That'd be the first time I've ever seen something like that. But
If he's going Arcane, I want to see him get Ags as well, I'll be honest.
I mean, I would really much so prefer just a Scotty in this lineup versus a Jug versus a Drow. So effective.
Think about it.
Think about
the cooldown, and the style points. You know, everyone's trying to do something different. Everyone wants to be a trendsetter, especially out of these two teams. You know it. These players like to bring something new to the table.
Ana just getting diffused up for some harass. Nigma has everything available for themselves right now. Split pushing the side lanes. Both of these offlaners doing the kind of same thing. Mind Control pushing top. Seb forcing down bottom. Seb nearly has his AC finished up. That's going to be pretty huge for his team. There's not a lot of just like straight physical damage on Nigma, but that'll still help a lot. He's sprouted. Pure damage. Too much.
Getting torn apart here by iLTW. That's been dead for 100 seconds.
He's under attack.
And Roche is going to be up in 5 seconds as well.
Saxter, he's able to go with a hook shot, but Miracle's quick with a response. Jumps in, blows up Saxter.
Gus, the silence.
Trying to push him with the Blade Fury. GH ready at the side to help out. Anna starting to back off. He's over to the side. Mind Control's coming, looking towards tops of the Supernova's pop. They've got to start running away here.
Thompson, he's in trouble.
He's being trapped here by the brambles. They're in on top of him. Thompson can't run. It's 3 dead on OG. Maybe before Anna. He's got got the Blade Fury TP. They've not got anything to put a stop to it. So Ana makes it out. It's 3 dead. It's easily going to be enough window here for Nigma to take this Roche out with 3 heroes down for pretty much a minute.
Yeah, and a clutch fear tip from my control onto GH. As soon as they pop the egg, he fears into the back line, catches Thompson, and from there they can just chase them out and clean it up.
And this is, I mean, who's taking the shard here this game?
They can give it to either Miracle or iLTW, I do think. Feels pretty effective on the 2 of them here.
Yeah, you're right. Looks like Miracle's going to take it. We see back in the action here, Stax are desperately trying to help out, but Miracle able to wait for the counterplay, gets in with the combo, and still, just with the lead that some of the heroes on Nigma have, very hard for Ana to have an impact, especially when there's just so many units. These Omni Slashes are so hard to just sort of find the perfect situation to drop them.
And if he uses spin in those situations aggressively, that means that they can't spin and hit the egg as effectively. He can't be as covered either.
No, it's a hard Juggernaut.
It is. It's just been very difficult for Ana the entire game here as Nigma 14k gold lead, re-secure their position in the game. And now just have a clear window to be able to dominate most of these fights.
That's funny, Kuro's got as well. He's working his way very close towards the Aghanims.
Oh, okay.
The seeds of fortune.
Lots of luxury on these supports for sure on the side of Team Nigma this time around. Outpost will be taken away as well. GH will claim that. iLTW does buy the ult dealer, by the way. He's being sensible. He's being a sensible boy.
As much as I'd like to see the outcast blink Spectre.
Oh, the Brute! The Global Brute! You can't TP out, even though the stun isn't there for the Spectre. The Global Brute, it's beautiful. Asaksa inevitably brought down from the Spectre.
And there's going to be some more chaos being brought here as well.
And he's TPing the base and getting mana, so he's going to be able to haunt back in the fight if it does kick off. So OG not going to look to take the fight themselves. They're just going to ditch No Tail. 80 seconds, no Enchantress.
Oh my goodness. I mean, there was a sort of a moment this game where it kind of felt like, hey, maybe OG's managing to slow this down, and then a few moments later, no, they weren't. They really weren't at all. Nigma back to full steam ahead here.
It really is such a tough game for them to really win any of the actual team fights just because of what they're up against. Like this Spectre and Phoenix, the early game went way too well for Team Nigma. They're all so farmed. You can constantly just look for these fights. Seb nearly having AC to be able to counteract the opposing AC that Mind Control has. Mind Control, the reason that he's been always known as like this best Nature's Prophet for the last few years. Top net worth 9314. The build excellent this game. It really did feel like the perfect game for it here.
Maybe. Ooh, Miracle.
Oh my god, the damage with the quiver as well too. Like, doesn't even have to use the E-Blade. The quiver damage plus that combo is too much. Ana? Oh. He's just dead.
Oh, no.
This game is quite possible.
It's a pretty tough one, and things are falling rapidly apart. I mean, this one, just overall, the lead that Nigma's grown it's making it look even more one-sided than game one. Yep. Considering this was a game as well where OG had a sort of a grace period where they were able to slow things down, but the overall game plan just not looking to be there from OG as Nigma. Nope. They've just come in with the smarter execution, and they're outplaying them completely. And as you say, Mind Control and the Prophet, maybe something that OG just weren't ready for. I mean, it's Mind Control. His Prophet's insane. As you say, we just don't see the hero too much from most teams, if any, in this region. Mind Control just showing us that he's as scary as ever on it. Yeah, and it's smart picks from Nigma, right? They see the early drow, they pick the Spectre to counter it. They're trying to jump iLTW here.
Heals. It's too much.
It is. iLTW just barely taking any damage at all. That Sunray coming up. The Sunray does come to an end though. See the fear from the side trying to push them back. iLTW is going to get rooted. They'll bring him down once. They can't do it again though. OG's got to back away with the supernova going off. Over to the side, No Tail caught outside the base. The brambles are down. No Tail surrounded as they'll bring the Enchantress slowly out of the game.
Omni.
The Omni.
Oh,
he's
there.
Mind Control's on the full HP. Ana's trying to push him with the Blade Fury onto Miracle. Will bring down the Tiny, but now the Blade Fury coming to an end. Ana's got to run. Mind Control commits it with the BKB. Kuro moving in with the Sunray as Kuro will finally fall to the Firestorm. But iLTW on Mind Control, they just smash into Thompson, take down the Drow. Another fight where OG just cannot come out on top.
Fortunate to even get some kills there as they do that high ground advantage to be able to take out at least the Phoenix and the Tiny. But yeah, iLTW, as we said, with that Aegis, level 25, he's got that dispersion talent plus the heals. They barely can actually hurt him. They even bring him down to once. Mind control, 7,400 gold for this man.
Oh, he's got the Trickster Cloak as well if he wants to keep hold of it, iLTW, so...
Very nice pick up.
Even more unkillable. Saxa. 2 rounds of a hook shot. Buys time for Seb to come in, but iLTW in fact just jumps straight over the wall. Seb moves in with the illusion. Seb's gone. So is Saxa.
And now Noto, he's trapped.
I mean, iLTW might shot. They're just going to keep pushing on. Ana's got to run. Toss the Blade Fury. He's making his way up to the base. iLTW, he's tempted to chase.
He sure is.
He's moving in. There's no Blade Fury. There's no Omni Slash. Ana just dying helpless here behind the tier 3 in the barracks.
The Spectre's just way too massive. Notel also likely to get brought down. Does have the Glimmer to survive for some time, but that does mean the Rax is going to get focus fired. And so, Mind Control gets the secondary Sprout.
He's just going
try
in Mind Control. He doesn't care about the tier 4 towers.
Oh, BKB.
He's fine. BKB and
now Kevin's down.
to take Seb as well.
Oh, he's just dead.
Oh my goodness.
That was a buyback into an instant death, and they're going to get healed up in
Mind
the stun.
Control's out. iLTW is in no situation of threat at all. He'll TP away.
Radiant's
As the
middle
creeps will finish the Rax in. Miracle comes in for the final hit.
Hook shot. Oh, beautiful.
He's caught Kuro, Saxa.
Can they get the kill, though? The
I don't
Brute,
think
he's
they
stuck in
can.
place, and he cannot chase forward. Seb may have been tanky for some time, but versus this pure damage, Desolate just rips right through him. Time and time
iLTW just
again.
having a fantastic series on the carry.
Yeah.
Both games, TB, and then this one, the Spectre. Feels like he's getting even more involved this time around, and there he has it. He's found the illusion escape for himself. So
Oh, baby.
his threat at the Spectre's going to be even bigger if he wants to hold on to that one.
If he even needs it. I feel like Trickster Cloak might just be better at this point
Well, you
because
sort of
of
just take
how tanky he is.
He's killing
honestly.
everyone anyway.
Yeah, he doesn't even
about
need
a
it.
slight boost to the illusion damage.
Yeah, look at this. Just, you see, like, the way that iLTW understands, too. He's like, oh, who cares if Seb's tanky? I have pure damage. Rips right through the Underlord when he's isolated.
Oh, just looking fantastic this series, Nigma.
Super
They
clean.
have turned up to this series very, very ready, and OG just...
Ana?
What do they do? Mind control, BKB and a TPO, he's out.
tower is under
Again,
attack.
GH giving the coverage with the fear, making sure that OG's not allowed the time and space to continue to come in onto the mind control.
Saxa will die again. 14 deaths on the clock.
Level 27.
27. Trickster Cloak as well, providing all this evasion.
Miracle's in. He found the avalanche. Mind control ready to jump forward to the front line. iLTW, they take down Notel. Ana's trying to spin his way out with the Blade Fury, but the damage is too much for the physical. They take down Ana, take down Saxa.
Is under attack.
The G's are going to get dropped.
I mean,
any
it's
second now.
getting dangerously close to the fountain here now. Omni Slash, again, just doing nothing at this stage of the game as it's a dieback from Ana. Zeb, he's going to try and rift himself out of the server. Only makes it as far as the fountain as everybody's dead. GG is called. Another rough one here for OG as Nigma have just a beautiful series. Both games, Team Nigma looking perfect.
They are, and it's really crazy to